Greetings. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle and I'm the owner of Truly Restored Ministries. And today we're going to talk about mistakes. We're going to talk about what mistakes teach us. Okay? So the first thing that mistakes teach us is that you made a mistake, but you are not the mistake that you made. There is a big difference. Calling yourself names, being hard on yourself, or beating yourself up mentally is an option, but it is not a healthy option. One of the things that I discovered in the process of healing from a mistake is this. I can feel guilty and feel bad about making a mistake, but when I call myself that mistake, I'm living in this space of shame and condemnation where I can never be forgiven. And that is very unhealthy. Instead, if you're telling yourself you're stupid or you're using a derogatory name to define who you are, lighten up. Put the bat away, pull out some feathers, fan yourself, and say, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I made a mistake and I can move on from here. Okay? Number two, the things that mistakes teach us is that we need to check our decisions. Did you run the decision that led to that mistake past anyone? Did you have a mentor or a coach or maybe an elder that you can talk to or you did talk to about that particular mistake? Because mentors and coaches and elders help us make wise decisions. In fact, there's two verses in the Bible that I want to highlight today. Number one comes from Proverbs, the 11th chapter and the 14th verse. It says, where there is no guidance, the people fall, but in abundance of counselors, there is victory. It's important that we talk to counselors. It's important that we tell somebody else what we're thinking about because we want to be victorious. We want to avoid a fall. We want to be successful. And that happens because we're talking to others. Another verse is Proverbs 12:15. It says, the way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but a wise man is he who listens to counsel. So what that tells me is that if I listen to myself, if I listen to the committee in my head, if that committee has a meeting and I listen to what they say, I'm being foolish. Have you been listening to your committee? Because we all have that conversation that goes on in our head. But this verse tells us that if we are wise, we will run those thoughts past somebody else. The third thing that mistakes teach us, and this one can be pretty painful, but just because others reject you doesn't mean that you need to reject yourself. When you make a mistake, people will abandon you. They will reject you, cut you off, and turn their back. Why they do this is not the topic of this video. What your response to the rejection is today's focus. Mistakes tell us something is wrong, that we did something wrong. Somewhere in our existence, there's a problem that needs to be addressed. So, mistakes teach us to take care of ourselves. Remember the story about the man in the pool of Bethesda? And Jesus came by and healed him. He had been laying there for 38 years. And it's in John 5. And the man went away. Jesus said, be well. But then Jesus went back and said to him, you know what? You are well again. Stop sinning or something worse may happen to you. And I want to look at sin as missing the mark, because that's what I was taught sin means. So Jesus tells the man, stop missing the mark or something worse is going to happen to you. So what mistakes teach us in this text, from this text, what I gather is that I can choose a different path. If I keep making the same mistake, I'm going to get the same result. And so there is a healing that needs to take place. There's something that needs to be addressed. And so that's what I want you to take from this third point is that you can stop missing the mark if you address what the issue is. Maybe it's not one issue, maybe it's two or three. But that's why we get a lifetime to get life right. Okay? So the takeaways from today, and I hope you will think about this, is what we can learn from our mistakes. Number one, we are not the mistake, but we definitely made one. Number two, we must seek wise counsel to keep from making bad mistakes. And number three, take real good care of yourself. It's important. Okay? All right. Thank you for watching today's video. Please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Also share this with your family and friends. Let them know that Truly Restored Ministries is on YouTube, and we are here to encourage you that you can recover from mistakes. Take care, God.